Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the program. I'm Connie Bryan, and you're listening to The Connie Bryan Show. Now, I'm sure by now most of you have heard in the news about the very controversial law passed in New York that bans soft drinks in containers larger than 16 ounces. Public health advocates have been praising this new law as a positive first step in trying to slow down the obesity epidemic in America. According to a recent survey, a whopping third of our population is obese. And the high fructose sugars in soda pop are one of the biggest culprits in making our population so fat. However, there's been a huge backlash against this law. A growing number of Americans are angry about it. I'm assuming it's at least the same 30% that are obese. But nonetheless, a lot of people, especially conservatives and libertarians who want less government, are saying it's a constitutional overreach, impacting the freedom of businesses like McDonald's and 7-Eleven to sell any size drink they want if it makes a profit. And more personally, people don't like their freedom to buy a larger size Coke taken away from them. I guess they really like peeing 3 times an hour and sitting around the house. You know, it's the old joke, when they sit around the house, they actually sit around the house. Anyway, I'm very excited because I've got a big name guest on my show today. He's the governor of New York's next door neighbor, New Jersey Governor Christie. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Connie. I guess I'm glad to be here with you talking about this issue, but I have to say I didn't appreciate the crack about sitting around the house. The crack, Governor? I didn't say anything about everyone being able to see your crack when you sit around the house. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Governor Christie's going to be the butt of your fat jokes the whole show. No, sir, I'm sorry. I was just kidding around a little bit. I know you have some strong feelings about this new law in New York banning cup sizes larger than 16 ounces. Yeah. Like when I swallow my own saliva, it's at least 16 ounces, so come on. Oh my God, I'm going to be sick. Not only do I have strong feelings about the New York Communists' latest law and feel it goes against my constitutional rights to buy a super big gulp, I have sponsored a similar soda container law in New Jersey in retaliation. And it's like that movie. You know, I'm sure most of your listeners have seen that movie Jerry Maguire, and that famous scene in the movie where they're in the locker room and he's talking to the only client he has left, and he says, "Help me help you. Help me help you. Help me help you." Governor, yeah, we got it. We remember that. You said something about the New York Communists. That's right. We don't consider NYC to mean New York City anymore. As far as New Jersey's concerned, it's New York Communists, and we're sick and tired of being their fat, red-haired stepchild. Right, because they need to get it right. You have brown hair. That's right. Hey, you know what, Connie? I don't have to talk to you. I'm the governor of New Jersey. This is my lunch hour, you know, and I have other things I could be doing. Speaking of which, driver, what are you doing? You're passing a cheesecake factory. I told you when I hired you, the number one rule, never pass a cheesecake factory. Sorry, Connie, where was I? You were talking about how NYC stands for Yeah, that's right. Anyway, NYC now stands for New York Communists as far as New Jersey's concerned. Okay, so what is your New Jersey retaliation law against the New York Communists? It's a no-brainer. We're just balancing the scales. We're banning all soda containers smaller than 1 gallon. You're banning soda containers smaller than 1 gallon? Good grief, Governor, that's what, 64 ounces? Wow. So Connie can do 3rd grade math. I'm sure your parents are proud of you. Yeah, that's right. 64 ounces is the new small size at any New Jersey Circle K. They call that the deep end. You know, like the deep end of the swimming pool. I get it, Governor, the deep end. The medium-sized cup is 2 gallons.
2 gallons? You've got to be kidding me. And they call that the Great Lakes. And the large size cup is 5 gallons. Guess what they call that? I don't know, 5-hour diabetes? They call that the black hole. Hold on a second, Governor. How in the world would you even manage just the 64-ounce Coke in your car? What was that, the deep end? How would you manage a deep end with a cup holder? They won't fit in a cup holder in anybody's car. We've thought of that too. And we're encouraging businesses that sell soda to also sell car seats. That's what me and my wife do. We just put our black holes in their own car seats with a long straw, and we seat belt them in securely. Then you're good to go for at least an hour. A car seat for a soda? And hold on, you go through a black hole in an hour? Roughly. If I'm thirsty, I can finish it quicker. Of course, in my governor's limo, I have my own custom black hole-sized cup holders. So I can even buy 2 or 3 at once to last me most of the workday. Governor, hold on a second. Is it true? I heard something I want to ask you about. Is it true recently one of your staff gave you a hot air balloon ride as a birthday present for you and your family? And the owner of the balloon burnt a hole in the top trying to get the flame hot enough to get it off the ground? Something apparently was wrong with his hot air burner, Connie. It wasn't my fault. I have a fear of heights. So what happened was I changed my mind when he was having trouble. I changed my mind about taking the balloon ride. Okay? And I climbed out, all right? And the kids and my wife, they stayed and had a nice balloon ride. But I'm not finished discussing New Jersey's Tea Party retaliation. I'm sure your listeners probably have heard about the banning of plastic bags in Los Angeles supermarkets. Yeah, I heard about it too. Many supermarkets are banning plastic bags because they don't break down and they're having a severe impact on our environment. I mean, there's a floating island in the Pacific. If I hear about that darn floating island one more time, I'm going to scream. Well, I guess you're going to have to scream, Governor, because it's a pretty important issue. I mean, it's a huge island the size of Texas, made up of plastic bags and containers growing larger all the time. Well, that's nice, Marianne, but I'm not the professor, and we aren't stranded on some plastic Gilligan's Island, so who really cares? All right? I shouldn't have to bring my own bags to a grocery store. And besides, if I don't have plastic bags for my groceries when I walk my dogs, what am I going to give my kids to pick up my dog's poop with? Excuse me, Governor. You said you give it to your kids to pick it up? I mean, why wouldn't you do it yourself? Oh my God. You can't bend over to pick anything up, can you? So what? My kids have plenty of energy and they need their exercise and they need to earn their allowance. I mean, what am I, teaching them to take handouts? Plus-size Americans need their plastic bags to give their kids to pick up after their dogs. In New Jersey, you won't have to worry about that. Not only will paper and cloth bags be banned in New Jersey, you're going to ban paper and cloth bags? That's right. We're allowing, not only will paper and cloth bags be banned in New Jersey, but we're also allowing a plastic double hefty bag soft drink container size so big you can drape it over your back like a backpack. You can't be serious, Governor. What is that, like a 20-gallon serving size? Exactly. And, you know, it's like the movie Jerry Maguire in that scene where they're in the locker room. That's right, and he's talking to the only client he has. I know, yeah, and he says to him, help me, help you. Help me, help you. Help me, help you. Governor, help me help you move on with the program here. We have a caller on the line. This is Susie from Albany, New York. Hey, Susie. Hi, Connie. Really enjoying your interview with Governor Christie. Governor, last year, Newsweek reported a story. I wondered if you could confirm or deny.
Sure, I'd be glad to, Susie.
They said you booked a personal flight with JetBlue, and you were alone, not carrying any bags except your, I guess it was one of them, what you call them, black hole sodas. And they said they charged you for an extra seat and one carry-on bag, I guess because of your soda.
No, Susie, that isn't entirely true. How could they, charge me that if I refused to pay it and change my mind about taking the flight? And you know that Newsweek is a commie liberal rag, right?
Is it true the quote they printed from the JetBlue pilot, though? That the real reason you didn't take the flight wasn't because you changed your mind. It was due to the pilot's concern about a safe takeoff. The pilot didn't want you to sit in first class. He asked you to ride in coach in the middle of the plane for proper weight balance and distribution.
Well, all I can tell you is what caused the whole situation was commie liberal Alec Baldwin, who was on that flight, and he was a friend of the pilot, and he put him up to that. He thought that was really funny. And all I have to say is we're going to see who gets the last laugh, me or commie liberal Alec Baldwin, when I catch up to him over at 30 Rock and I sit on his face. Governor, I cannot believe you said that. But please, I would buy tickets to see that, so please let me know when you catch up to him. Thanks for the call, Susie. Governor, here's what I don't understand about your pushing these huge sugary drink sizes. Think about the example you were setting as a leader. Aren't you at all concerned about the risk you were taking for getting diabetes and heart disease? I'm setting a strong example, Connie. I don't know what you're talking about. Most Americans pay an arm and a leg in health insurance. I don't think Americans want to live all their lives paying all that money to some big insurance company for something they never get to use. If I'm paying that much for health insurance, I'm going to get my money's worth. That's for darn sure. I'm going to eat and drink whatever I want, as much as I want, and Blue Cross is going to pay for my diabetes and heart transplants and your Lipitor and my Lipitor. And I could hear you were being sarcastic again. But that's why America loves me. And they want Governor Christie to run for president because I make sense. It's like that movie with Jerry Maguire and that famous scene in the movie where he's in the locker room and he's talking to that last client that he has in the whole world, and he says, help me help you, right? I can't believe you walked on my big line. That's my line. God, Connie. I'm sorry, Governor, I really am. I didn't mean to walk on your line there. He says, help me help you. Help me help you. Help me help you. Governor, you're something. You laughing at me? No, I just... Obviously, you really love that movie a lot, and I can see that it really inspired you. What are you laughing at? It's not funny. It wasn't a funny scene. And you know what? America, help me help you. Drink as big of a cup of soda as you want. Help me help you. Be as obese as you want. This is the United States of America. Now, Connie, I have to go, or I'm going to miss the Cheesecake Factory's lunch special. And I can tell you right now, that ain't going to happen. Oh, look, it's Kirstie Alley. Hey, Kirstie! Driver, see if the manager can get us a table close to the buffet. Thanks, Governor. Thank you so much for coming on. And thank you to my listeners for tuning into the program. Now I'm going to go on a diet because I feel like I gained 20 pounds just interviewing Governor Christie. Talk to you tomorrow. Help me help you.